Hi everyone, it's JoJo with JoJo Crosses, and we are back on Murkywoods, and I am just kind of getting right down to it, but I figured I could do my little intro while I'm working on the island, you know. We've got Bo over here just trotting along, you know. But I'm getting some trees planted. What we're doing, you see I've got my little lumberjack outfit on. We are going to create a little area for our lumberjack Grizzly. His house is right over here to my right, and he is like the best guy, in my opinion, the best character to represent a little woodcutting area. And I know everybody does that. It's a little cliche, whatever. I still think it's super adorable for him. So, and there's a reason why everyone does it, because he's so cute. And he fits the theme. Like, you know, he's just adorable. So he's chilling in his house. Bo's chilling out here on the tree stumps, reading his little book. What I'd like to do is put down, this is a little walkway that I made just to go look like it goes somewhere. It doesn't really go anywhere, but you know, whatever. There's a kind of a large area over here, and then we've got, you know, a little bit of a creek or a river, whatever you want to call it, over here to the left. And then there's a little more space that goes back around here. So I'm going to try to get some of the foliage and trees and things planted first and get some flowers, you know, those sorts of things. Fill in any areas that need a little something. And then we'll go ahead with the build. A lot of the things that are in this build, I've stolen from others. It's not like it's my idea. I chopped down a few trees in front of Grizzly's house, and I'm going to use an idea that I saw with Loomy Moons and also with Crispy Crafts. And I don't remember, to be honest with you, which one of them originated that idea, but I think they also saw it somewhere else too. So if you're the creator that thought of this idea first, kudos to you. You are amazing. We see so many ideas online and things like that. I don't know that you could ever get to the original creator of anything, right? But also, just to start out this video, I wanted to thank everyone who spends time watching my videos. I really appreciate every one of you for being here. I know that there's lots of things to choose from to watch on the internet and spend time watching. And I know Animal Crossing has been around a long time. You guys have probably been there, done that, seen that. So if you're watching my video today, I appreciate you. I hope I'm keeping you company, doing something in your life that might be tedious, boring, or just need a little some kind of background talk or something, you know. Animal Crossing is kind of my comfort animal, so whenever I'm doing something I don't really care to be doing, or maybe I'm kind of bored with something or whatever, I always pop on one of my favorite people, or even my non-favorite people, but whatever. I pop in a video and I'll watch it in the background, and it really helps things go faster, you know. I used to do that a lot while working out or walking. It would give me something to listen to and look at here and there, you know, and I really enjoy that. So we're going to cut down a couple more of these trees because I really want to have a big tree chopping area out here. And if you wouldn't mind giving this video a like and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't, I would love to have you as part of my little family over here. I stream throughout the week, a couple times a week, and also there's usually 2 to 3 videos a week as well. We have memberships, and those I haven't been great at keeping up with, but I am going to be starting a members only island soon. So if you are a member, there will be more to come on that pretty soon. And then also we've got some cute emotes and stuff you can use during stream and things like that. So anyway, I appreciate you guys so much for just putting up with everything. So what we're doing is we're putting the wild log bench down near these trees to make it look like you chopped it down, if that makes sense. So that's kind of the point of this. And this is a little too close to that, so I have to move it, but there's no way to move it without, oh, she wants to sit down every time. No way to really move it unless I do, yes, this. There we go. Just, you know, there's always a little space between. You gotta make up for there. But I also want it to look like there's, you know, some space between these and things like that. So I'm just kind of looking at the spacing and making sure. I also feel like I need to put some pattern under here. So I think I'm going to go ahead and lay down some more of the pathing under just to get this going. And so I'll probably have to lift up these logs and put it under and stuff, but I will not make you watch the entire thing. Of course, Flick is going to have to stand exactly where I need to be as well, and so I'm going to fight with him. All right, we got the pathing down. I want to put a little axe here because, hello, it's a chopping area. And I also have a couple chainsaws in my pocket. I've got some other little accessories that I would like to put out just to also emphasize the area. The little firewood pile works nice just to show that we've cut some wood and we're kind of throwing it around the area, piling it up, getting our jobs done, you know what I mean? Because, you know, Grizzly's been a busy bear. So this is Grizzly been working hard, you know what I mean? So anyways, let's head on over this way and let me see, what do I have? I want to look and see. Oh yes, I want to put the chainsaw. So let me put down a little log stool or something here. Yeah, log stool. And then that way I can set the chainsaw on top of it and it'll still look like part of the wood that we're cutting, you know, because that's really helpful to have that there. It kind of gives you the idea of what we're doing, right? And I think I'm going to put another one over here just to, you know, he's a busy bear. He gets around this entire area and this is what he does all day. He's supplying wood to this whole island. He is the woodcutter of the island, so, or the lumberjack, if you will, because, you know, and he wears a little lumberjack outfit, which is super cute. The same flannel that I'm wearing actually is what he wears, which is super fitting. That's why I decided to dress the part today, because I thought I am a little lumberjack. All right, and I have to walk all the way around because I didn't leave myself much of a path to get through there, but it's okay. I don't expect anyone to like walk on this part. Oh my gosh, there is a place. Why are you telling me this, game? Sometimes you just have to actually dig where you want things to be, and that is not it. Ugh. I thought better of it. I'm gonna get a tree in over here too because we need a little more trees in the area. So let's put a big cedar tree over here because we are in the forest, you know, like Grizzly's over here in the forest. So he needs a lot of trees around his area because he's, well, he's over destroying the forest, to be honest. But hopefully he replants new trees every time he takes one down so that the island will not run out of trees. You know what I mean? Because we want to save the trees. We don't want to take all the trees away. So that's a thing. Hello, people. Take a little note out of Grizzly's pocket, would you? I like to put a little hardwood over here just to add a different autumn colors in as well. Hey, why? Doggone it. It never wants to go where I want it to go. That's too close. I have to kind of look like, where is this gonna go? Maybe I need to fix this path. I think I'm gonna have to fix the path a little bit and like knock it out a tiny bit here. Yeah. And then I can put a tree in there and then I can just move it. Because I think the stairwell also is very particular. Also, this stairwell will change. It was the wrong one. I had a little mishap with the incline. And for some reason picked the wrong one instead. So, hello. Anyway, didn't even notice it until now, which is super weird. But anyways, yeah. So we're fixing this little pathway and then I'm gonna go ahead and get a tree in here. I just had to make, oh my gosh, I hate it when I do that. I just had to make a little space for it because, you know, it wasn't wanting to go in that one notch. But yeah, we'll fix that bridge. I don't know if I'll show it in this video, but it will be fixed, faux show. Let's get a bush in over here. Let's get some flowers. We've got to get a few little color things posted because right now we're looking very brown and green over here, which matches his house actually beautifully. But yeah, actually there's not much color there, is there? That's okay. We're going to scatter it about. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. I also use a lot of like the wheat field around. I want to kind of make it look a little like, I don't know, the island to have a little growth and overgrown areas and just, I don't know, like it's been here a while. It's kind of farmy, kind of not, you know. So you'll find that I use a lot of the same bushes and stuff, which I feel like makes the island blend together really well. So if you guys are like have islands you're working on that maybe you're like, oh, this doesn't really go together very well. If you use the same flowers and trees and bushes around the island, it really helps join all the acres together so that they match a little more. So I've kind of learned that over time. My past islands, not so much, but as we're going along, I found if I pick the right flowers and bushes and stuff and kind of coordinate them, it really helps the island kind of blend together a little more. This area right here needs a little tree as well. What do I want? I want orange, yes, or yellow, something, yes, something with more color. Just variation, you know. I want it to look foresty, but I feel like all different kinds of trees are in the forest, so yeah, that would be good. And let's see, I want to put a little wild log bench over here too, like maybe we were still cutting things down this way as well. And we're gonna put a seating area over next to his house too, with, you know, just a little place where he can sit down and rest. I'll put a couple of chairs in there, so that'll be good, but yeah. All right, and then we're going to, let's see, let's put some more things over here. What do I want? Let's see. I'm kind of just looking at what I have. There's my wheat field. Let's put some wheat field back here. And then over here, let's put another one of those just to fill in the back a little bit. Perfecto. And then I want to put something over here that I could put something on, like behind the chair, you know? I'm not sure I want that bush there. I'm going to probably move that. But let me just kind of get a lay of the land, you know what I mean? Yeah. So we do need to get our, I do need to get our chairs in here first so that I can fit everything in. Oh, I want to have the path kind of come from here over, so I'm going to fix this a little bit. And then we'll take out this other part over here and join it together. So that will be good. Let's see, do that one. And then I can take this part over here out. We can just put like a couple of other little flowers or something over here, and then I'll fill this in a little bit. But then that way, you know, you can see that the path is coming in and out of where the chairs are and stuff, which is cute. Sometimes if you don't have things to put down in a certain area too, pathing really can help, you know, make something come together. So I think that's really a good idea to do that. All right, and then in this area here, I just want to get a little something out in the front of here, maybe put a little mush lamp or something, mushroom gathering. Bunch of cute little stuff. I got this whole area down here we have to get filled in too, so yeah. All right, and then let's go back here. Let's fill in this back, make it look a little more full. That would be great. Let's see, let's go over here. That did not go where I wanted it to go, you know? They never do. Wheatfield's finicky. You have to like get right in just the right spot. But I do love that you can put it in the whole spot and the half spot, which is nice. So that would be good. Let's put a little bit more back here just to fill in behind the tree. You're not really going to see it, you know, but it will make it kind of filled out. So yeah. This spot here needs something, so I'm going to put a little giant vine back here to help fill in some of the space. And I love how whimsical those giant vines are. They're super cute. I wish they had a few more things in that genre, you know, like maybe one that had like 2 or 3 branches coming up, or that was a little wider or bigger, you know. I think that'd be really cool if they added that to the gathering of those types of things. It would be super cute. But yeah, this area here, I gotta remember to get my chair put in there. I have to customize it though, that's the thing. Okay, this is where I decided I'm gonna go ahead and put the log bench in, but getting it to fit was the fun part. There we go. That way I can sit something back here and you can kind of see it. So there's that. So we're gonna put on a little picnic basket here. You know, I have to come from the front or else it's not gonna be where, yeah, because you can't turn it on there. I wish it was like HHP where you could turn it from the front, but you cannot. So, and I've locked myself in, so I have to come all the way around. Hello, story of my life on all my islands is getting locked in and having to get rescued or get yourself dug out. All right. Again, just kind of filling in some of these other areas and making sure that it looks kind of lush and full, because that's definitely a necessity on my island. Bo is so cute, just wanting to sit there and chill out with me. They're not cute when they're in your way, but they certainly are cute when they're just sitting there being good. Then I'm like, yeah, sure, join me. But the problem is they don't stay very long. Like, I mean, they stay, but they don't stay in one place very long. And so that's the pain, is they want to walk around right where you're trying to move. So it's like, oh my gosh, get going. Anyway, let's put a decayed tree. Of course it won't go because, you know, it's a decayed tree and they're a pain in the booty. But yeah, they never want to fly where you want them to fly. Like ever. But that's pretty good little filler in there. I like that. That's good. I'm interested to hear how many of you are doing this challenge. Like, are any of you doing Fall Islands with me? And if so, how are they coming? And I hope you guys will drop some of them in my dream address area on my Discord, because I think I might pick a couple of Tuesdays in October and November where I might go and just travel around and kind of see a couple of people's islands. I can't do too many of them, but I could probably do like 2 per stream or something like that, 2 or 3 per stream. So that would be kind of fun. Or maybe we could do like an item bingo and I could go see like, I don't know, as many as I can see in one stream. I don't know. But if you guys happen to be working on a fall or for Friendsgiving type island, definitely post it in my dream address. The Discord link is down below in the description if you want to try to get over to my Discord. We have a lot of fun over there, got a lot of fun people, and it's just a good place to be, so definitely check it out. We're also, if you have any other ideas, like I said, please post them down below. I'm always looking for new things. And it would be nice to have different ideas. I'm also looking for ideas for new islands always. So if you have any ideas of islands you'd like to see me do, please drop those below. You know, the creators run out of ideas sometimes. And so it's nice if you guys kind of trigger the brain. Because I get cobwebs in there sometimes. Wink, wink, you know. So I have to like have somebody help me. Help me, help you, help me, help you. Yeah. Anyways, yes, it will go in there. Nintendo, why are you so mean? Ugh. Like, you're just standing tiny bit out of the way. Like, why doesn't it just fix it? I don't know. Anyways, I do appreciate all of you who are subscribers, all of you that are members of my channel. I think I've been saying that, but I just don't know that you get enough of the love that you deserve from my channel. I am working on getting a members only either video content together or a members only stream together. It just depends on what I can end up doing. I'm thinking of maybe streaming on Saturdays for members, and because it seems like a day where not a lot of people are streaming, and there's just a little bit of lack of something to dive into on those days. Plus, you know, I have a little bit more free time on the weekends, so it would probably work if I did it in the morning time on Saturdays or something. So it could be fun. That looks kind of weird, having those bushes all together, like bush, 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 and then nothing. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take these bushes out that are down here and maybe just put some flowers or something over here, because that, yeah, that one doesn't work very well, I don't think. So we'll throw some flowers in, and then we can put the bushes back up here, you know. So we'll see if we can make that work instead. But anyway, what else are you guys up to? I would love to hear what different islands you're working on. So tell me, if you're not doing fall or Friendsgiving or Falloween or Halloween, what are you working on? What kind of islands are you doing? Because I need to know. And also, I would also like to know one other thing. Who are your favorite villagers? I know you guys know mine. You know, mine are squirrels, right? And my most favorite of squirrels are Sylvana, and then Marshall, and then Hazel. But I also truly, truly love Filbert. He is like one of my very favorites. I love Ione. There's quite a few other ones too. But I'm kind of looking for excuses to use all my squirrelies on another island, you know? And so I might do a... so on Kaylee Games stream the other day, I redeemed a bunch of points, or breadcrumbs, as you may know them, in her stream, to have her do a theme, which was a rainbow theme island. And I think I might join her. And I also today redeemed it in April's stream, which I forgot that she was already going to be working on a Rainbow Bright island. So I kind of felt like, okay, maybe I wasted my points. But hopefully, you know, it'll just get her going, because now she kind of has to, because I redeemed the points. So versus like always putting it off. So now that means this has to be like one of her next ones, which is cool. But wouldn't that be cute for like spring or summer, like a rainbow island, you know? So I'm thinking of doing it where you kind of break the island up into like almost to look like a sun. So the middle of it would be like where resident services is in the very center. So kind of have to find a certain kind of island that has the center as the main place of activity. And then everything just kind of goes out into like almost like a triangular shape out from there to the ocean. And you do the one color like from there all the way out. I had told the gals that I redeemed the themes for that that would be the idea. However, I have given them a little bit of like free reign so they can do it how they want, because, you know, like it's more of a theme. It's not necessarily here's how you have to do it kind of situation. So however they want to do a rainbow theme, I think will turn out amazing. Kaylee's got a great brain for it. April's got a beautiful brain for all these creative things. So between the two of them, I'm just excited to see how they each do their own separate rainbow islands. And then I just think a rainbow island would be so like pretty and colorful and bright and like eye candy, and you wouldn't really get tired of one particular color because you get to do another one on the next part, you know what I mean? So I just thought that would be a little bit exciting and fun. So yeah, I think I'm gonna join in and do that and make myself do that theme. So I think that would be fun. Look at me putting in the same flower, not once, but twice. So we get the mum matched the other mum, the lily matched the other lily. I'm like, oh my gosh, girl. I can't do it. I just can't do it with myself. Sometimes I'm so seriously dense and I forget to look at stuff, and then I just put stuff down and I'm like, okay, what am I doing? What am I doing? Anyway, brain dead, brain fog. I am trying to get this island completed because I want to work on a winter island. But I want to do a small one, like not a really long running winter island. I was trying to do Crispy Craft's challenge that she's doing, which I think she announced to the world. Maybe not. Maybe I shouldn't say anything. Anyway, she's doing a winter challenge. I was trying to do her challenge. I'm hating life on that island. Like, I don't know. I'm just not clicking with the island. I think I don't love it. I don't love the items that I chose. They're just not meshing well. And I don't think I'm cut out for it. So, sorry, Crispy, but I might be dropping out of that challenge. I was trying to keep you company on it, and I thought it would be nice to do a little challenge like that, but I don't know if JoJo's gonna make it. I think JoJo is failing really hard. So we're gonna brainstorm. My original thing was I was going to do a Candyland island, candy game. I'm not candy game. Candy, like, just not Candyland, like the game, but just like a land of candy. Does that make sense? Like a bright, fun, filled with lots of candy flavored looking things and stuff. It would be kind of rainbowy too, though, don't you think? I don't know. So anyway, I'm undecided because I also love the holidays. I love putting down all the seasonal things. I don't think I would be able to use them that much on that island. But again, I don't really want to be in the snow too long, but I do think all those bright colors would look really cool with the white snow. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Tell me what you think. Should I do a standard, like, Christmas holiday winter island? Or should I do the Candyland island, knowing that probably my next island will be the Rainbow Island? So there'll be a lot of colorfulness there, I would think, because candy's colorful. You know what I mean? And also it's going to be a lot of like custom codes and stuff, which is another reason why I can't do Crispy's challenge, because she's limited it to so many designs, and I want to use the designs, and I had my heart kind of set on that. So I think maybe I'll try her challenge like next year or something. If we don't have a new Animal Crossing at that time, then maybe that would be a good time to try the challenge. I don't know. I'm undecided. I'll probably still keep the island and maybe just ship it over to my spicy switch and keep it. And then maybe if I decide to come back to it at one time, I can. Because I don't really want all the work that I did on it to go in vain, because I've actually already gotten through like the first 5 days of the challenge, which is actually quite a bit of working on the island in there. So I would be kind of sad not to like finish it, but at the same token, I don't have the heart to do it right now. Maybe if I wait a little bit and get closer to the holidays and the winter time, maybe I'll feel more like it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But in the meantime, if you guys have suggestions, let me know. I would love to hear your opinions. Also, if I do a Candyland, tell me what you think the best villagers would be for Candyland. Because they kind of need to be, I feel like they need to be bright and colorful and cheerful and kind of like colors of candy. So definitely like my Peanut would work in there because she's very bright and pink. And then I think Filbert or Ione could work because, they're blue and sparkly and pretty. But then maybe even Static because he's purple. And you know my squirrels, I love them. But beyond squirrels, I would also like to use some villagers that are not squirrels because I still love non-squirrels too. So I've never used Paolo, the big pink elephant that has the really thick eyebrows. I thought he'd be kind of cute to go with Peanut in the pink area, you know. And then I was thinking maybe I'll just put Filbert and Ione in an area to be the blue squirrels together. And then who else is purple? Oh, Lobo. I was thinking Lobo would be cute with Static as the purple section. And then I don't know who else though. I maybe need to do like orange villagers because you know there's always orange candies, and green. I feel like orange and green. And then red. No, I'm not going to do red because I'm doing pink instead. So let's see. We have pink, we have blue. So we would need orange, maybe orange, yellow, and green. Yeah, orange, yellow, and green. So if you guys can think of good villagers for orange, yellow, and green, that would be cool. If it's candy related, you know, Tangy is obviously oranges. An orange kind of situation, so she would probably work out really great. Can't think of another orange villager though. Is Sally orange? Sally's orange, I think. Yeah, so I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure for orange. And then green, I've never had, what is her name? There's Opal the elephant. She's really cute. And then there's also, what's her name? The green bear, the big one. I don't know if I want her though. I could also have like Nibbles. She's a squirrel. Or I could have Mint. They could be my greenies. We've got our little waterfall over here. Sorry about the waterfall noise. I won't be here too long. I kept thinking, is that static or is that my game? It's my game. It's the waterfall. Because every time I get close to it, it gets louder. I'm like, did I have static on this video or something like that? I don't know. But in any case. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think. And if you think that's a good idea. I think it would be fun. And then, yeah. Alright, so this is coming together. You see how I put the seats down? I went ahead and put the bear fabric on those seats because A, it's already in the game. So I didn't have to like use a custom code, and he's a bear, so I think it's like super cute to put the bear one on there on the little chairs. So I thought that was cute. I gave him a little picnic basket because every time I think of the bears I think of Yogi Bear. I don't know if you guys even know who he is. He's old. He's an old cartoon, but he used to say how about a picnic basket, and he would try to get you know, anybody's food and stuff. So he was kind of funny. When I was a kid, we all watched Yogi Bear, and he was the guy. So anyways, all right, we're getting some filler back here. So we've got to put some mush items because this island is kind of a I wouldn't say swampy anymore. Originally my idea was to make it kind of murky, swampy, but it has kind of evolved into more of just a fall mushy type of island because of the fact of all the builds that, you know, were in the challenges. They don't really mesh with swamp. So, and I was going to make a swamp over with my froggy, but yeah, spoiler alert, I'm not using my swamp code. So I probably will save that for another island, another time. The code is beautiful, but it's just going to be a little bit underused, you know. And I really feel like it needs to be used like in a ton of places because it's like super cool. So maybe if I go back to a swamp core island, which I was thinking of doing like a swamp jungle core island in the future. That could be really cool just to like use it and put like a bunch of swampy areas with like a ton of tropical things all around it and, you know, different nature and wildlife and things in there. I think that'd be really cool. So that is probably an idea for closer to the summertime this year, you know. But I think I might go that route because I think it would be really cool, pretty colorful. And I did do a jungle island once and I really enjoyed it. That one, I could not get 5 stars because Isabel's rude and she said I had too many trees. So that is definitely a thing. So anyways, stinking Isabel. Anyways, so, you know, just that kind of thing is what's going through the old mind of mine. But I'm always up for like different, you know, just suggestions because you all have, if I put together all the brain power of all of you all out there, plus, you know, all of us in here or whatever, it's a lot better than just my own brain. My own brain, it gets tired and it doesn't always think of good ideas. So I need you guys to like kind of think of stuff to help me out because that's, you know, it's just helpful. So anyways, I keep putting the same flowers next door to each other. I look over here, I've got a red hyacinth, I'm putting a red hyacinth. I'm like, oh my gosh, Joe. Like I cannot figure things out. So it's just ridiculous. But anyways, we are trying to show some variation in here and make it so that, you know, not one flower is right by the other, that kind of thing. Most people probably won't even care, but I just want it to look cool. I just am filling in some of the areas that are a little lighter on decorative items and stuff like that, and want to make it a little bit, you know, filled in over here, which I think we're almost there. And then there's this whole area on this side. I want to fill all of this in over here, and then I also want to put something here. I just don't really know exactly what I want to do, but put the path down. And I think what we're going to try to do is make like a little fake building in here. And so I got myself some building materials, a couple of storefronts and things like that. And I thought it would be neat to have like a big, just kind of almost like a fake structure that you can walk through to get to the other side. So I'm going to try to put a couple of storefronts on each side and then maybe like a little gazebo in the middle that you walk under. So I just need to make sure that they're far enough apart so that the gazebo will fit, because it actually takes up quite a bit of space. And that way you can walk through. And I always just like a little unexpected surprise, you know, like just something that you can make out of the stuff that the game provides and you don't think about, you know. But I've always loved the gazebos. I think they're so pretty. I just wish that you could put things under them, like in real life, because it's super annoying that you cannot put items under the gazebo. It's annoying. Because it would look so cute, you know what I mean? So I thought I'd put a couple of these storefronts on the front on either side just to see if I can get it to where it looks like there's just a little walkway right in the middle, you know? So far, it's working pretty good. I just need enough room for a villager and myself to be able to walk through. Hey, that works. Nice. So let's see now if we can actually get a gazebo to fit in the middle there, and it did. Yay! Okay, that looks pretty good. I mean, it's not perfect, right? It's not perfect, but it is pretty cute. I feel like it's almost like the sides are like the building and the middle is like the, I don't know, just the little, like a little archway or something that goes over the front. We're going to pop in a tree there just to add some of the foresting green areas and stuff like that. A couple of bushes, flowers. Just nature, maybe some mushy items will be coming through, that kind of thing. But I'm gonna fill in like most of this little pathway with stuff like that, and that way you know, it's just got the color. It has most of the stuff that's around this island already, which I understand is maybe gonna look a little duplicated towards the end of this this island, but hopefully it also adds a little bit of unification, you know, like kind of makes it look unified together. I'm trying to get a bench in here. It never wants to go where you want it to go, right? And I can't get through there. I'm like, it's like, no. So it's like if you stand in just the right place, hold one leg up, push it, you know, this or that. Also, I don't like scooching like that. So I am going to probably have to just adjust this entire river because it is in my way. So I'm going to go ahead and just chop out some of the river that's in my way, add a little extra square of earth over there so that the bench can move over just one square. Like that's all this is for that one square. Yes. Am I doing that? Yep, sure am. Because this is the insanity of Animal Crossing. It really is. So yeah, but I still like it to look kind of like, you know, not perfectly straight. So I almost want to add like extra, you know, notches and things here and there, just to make it look cool. But it's a dynamic you have to kind of get down. So I figure if I put that where I wanted it, and then I can kind of work on the rest of it. We got some more firewood over here. It looks like Grizzly has just stuck his firewood everywhere because, you know, Grizzly do be working hard over there. So now I gotta fix this river because I can't stand when that little notch is like that. So yeah, we're just gonna make it kind of a little more, I don't know. What am I doing? I did not mean to take away the bench. What I meant to do was move the wood over to this side. That way you can sit on that other side of the bench if you wanted to. However, you can't really get to it because of the bush, but that's okay. It's no big deal. You can get on the end of it, and that's fine. Let's put a little wheat field in here. Wheat fields help everything. Like if you ever need to cover something up or, you know, just make a line disappear or something, wheat field. Always wheat field. That is like your friend. Also, lily right across the way, exactly the same. So I'm like, no. And then we have tulip, but that's okay. They're different colors. So I'm just gonna... no, it's not okay. I'm gonna change it because I am JoJo and I can't do that apparently. All right, and then on this side, I'm looking for the parasol. I think that would be really cute to go over here. I don't think I have a parasol though. That's the bummer. So, will it, oh, it will fit. Okay, so a giant vine will fit in here. That's great. That looks cool. We've got a little space in here that needs a little something. So we'll put a wheat field because, you know, what else? What else do you want but a wheat field? We can walk through here, and then I just have to decorate this back side over here, and we will be all done with Grizzly's little area over here. So we're just going to put in a few more of these items, trees, nature, bushes, flowers, you know, mushy items, things that are going to kind of join everything together. Sometimes you got to redo some of the patterning if you want to get your trees in, because they need a certain space between the land and the water. Sadly enough, it doesn't just work the way you want it to. So yeah, it's kind of a bummer. I really wish it wasn't like that, because like I said, in nature, that is not how natural things are. Like they grow in all sorts of weird shapes and stuff. But I also understand this game is pixels. And so everything has to fit kind of in a box. So if y'all are always wondering, like, why? It's pixel. It's pixel art. Everything's pixely. It has to fit in a pixel box. So if it doesn't fit, it doesn't work. Computers are 1 + 1 = 2. You know, 0, 1, 0, 1. And so forth. So anyways, if it doesn't match, it's really hard to make it work. I wanted to put a few things at the end just so that when you're walking through there, you do see a little bit of interesting things. I also want to put some flowers in because, you know, color and things like that. So We want most of the spaces in this island to be covered. So that is the goal. And I understand not every space has to be covered, but when I'm making an island like this, which is very, I don't know, just definitely like a certain core, I do like it to be covered. If I'm just doing a norm core island, I am so happy to have wide open spaces to run through and stuff. It's amazing. So anyways, but I honestly love normcore. I really do. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do the like fence bush situation to kind of just block this area off and make it look like it blends in with our surroundings. Because I've used the the country fencing all around the island, it's a good way to kind of add a little cohesiveness, you know, if that makes sense. And the spacing happens to work really nicely back here. So I do love how that turned out. It's pretty cool. And then we'll go ahead and just finish here. I would like to put in like a couple of flowers. Definitely a lot more trees are going to go back here and some mushy items. You know, just the standard stuff that we've been doing. Also, I will definitely stunt that. That's just a large one, not the full-grown cedar. So you have to remember to stunt as you go. Just a fun little word of advice coming from someone who has not just once, not twice, but several times forgotten to do so and ended up with giant trees everywhere when I wanted little babies. So, the sadness. Yeah. Anyways, it's always a lot more time traveling and fixing, you know what I mean? So I'm sure you've been there, done that. So anyways, what else? Another bush. Yes, because that's good filler, right? Bushes are good filler. I used a few holly bushes around this island too. You're welcome, Brenda Mima. But I do like these ones better. I feel like the fall color on them is better, and I also like the leaves on these ones a lot better and stuff. So yeah, I might go around and rip up the holly and put in these instead. I'm not sure. So I'm still trying to decide like what on earth I want to do with this island. You know, in the end, like to keep it, but for the most part, you know, it'll stay mostly the same. I don't usually go back and pull stuff up too often unless I just absolutely hate it. And I don't really hate anything on this island. Matter of fact, fall in Animal Crossing is like my heaven. I love it. So there's never going to be a time where JoJo's going to be like, I hate fall in this island. Never. I love it. I also love the color of the trees in this season where they're orange and yellow. I do like the red ones sometimes, but I feel like they get to be a little too overpowering. And so I do like the fact that these ones just kind of blend in a little more, but still look like they're turning, and they kind of make you feel more like you're in the early or mid section of fall rather than late fall. When things are going to kind of start falling down and dying off and stuff like that. So anyway, love all the trees. I would love to go back east when it's fall season and see, like, I think in Washington, D.C., they have a couple of different seasons where fall is absolutely gorgeous. And then also spring when they have all the spring blossoms. I would also love to go to Japan someday and see all their spring blossoms over there. I have many dreams of travel and what I would like to see in the world. But in the meantime, we're doing it Animal Crossing style. And so that means I am just making it look how I imagine it looks in real life, somewhat, you know. Probably nothing at all like this, actually, but, you know, as close as we can get with in-game stuff. Because, you know, we get what we get, right? So I really hope with the next Animal Crossing that they still keep a lot of the things, but just expand from it instead of like taking a lot of things away or changing it up too much as far as the things we're familiar with go. It would be really nice just to have a lot more choices. Like, that would be really cool. I mean, it already can be a lot sometimes on certain things, but I feel like, here's an example. Like in the mushroom items, you can get like a purple mushies coming out of the log, right? But you can't get a purple parasol. You can't get a purple little, you know, what am I talking about? The partition and stuff like that. It would be really cool if you could get every single color to match on every single item so that you can be matchy-matchy if you want to. And then also they have like this weird like table that is, it's the mushy weird color, I think it's called, and it's like that green. I would have loved to have had that in the big parasol or in the stool or whatever, but instead we got that weird like lumpy looking stool, which I guess, you know, it would be kind of cool to put like all the different stuff all together, and maybe that was their vision. But also sometimes you want it to be all around the island spread out but still look kind of the same. So I really wish that was an option in the game, but I don't know. We're almost done with this build. I'm just filling in the rest of these little spots, and then we're going to take a little walk through and just see how everything looks together. Not that you haven't seen it all come together on your own with me anyways. But yeah, just kind of see how everything meshes in together. And I wanted to put a little partition in over here, which just to bring that red and white over here, add some of that color and bring the mushy items in, because my island is very much in love with the mushies this time. Very much in love with the mushies. I wanted to do like a whole island of just, you know, mushies at one point or another. I figured, why not now? You know, like, why not? So that's what we're doing. We're running with it because it's working. So, all right, can you let it go in here, please? Just let it go in. Thank you. Thank you, game. The decayed tree, I feel like that, and the cruiser bike, and what else? What else do we fight with so much? Oh my gosh, there's several things. I can't even name them all. But those things fight all day long. Like, it's just a struggle. All right. So let me take off my handy dandy helmet. Bob the Builder is done, and let's go take a little look-see at what everything looks like pulled together. So obviously we have this little, you know, uppity area, this little incline. We're going to walk up, and this is not really a walkway over here, but I'm just showing you what's on this side. And then if you walk over across through this cute little gazebo, you're going to end up over in this other side, which is just basically nature, mushy items, a place to sit, all of those fun stuff. And then you're going to go across this cute little bridge. And on this side, this is where Grizzly lives. I think I'm going to leave his house the way it is. I love it. It like matches and it's just fine. But I might redo the interior to make it look like, you know, all the log furniture and stuff. I don't know. I've never seen the inside of his house like the way it really is. So I'm going to have to check it out and see. All the houses on this island will probably be done, but maybe not. If I get tired, maybe not. So just FYI, if you come over here and you're like, oh, that house isn't done, well, I'm sorry. I do intend on doing at least a couple because I have different ideas. Also realizing I did not fix my incline over there yet, but I will. I promise it's coming. It's in a future video. I'm sure, because we have to fix that. The cement one does not work on this island. But thank you so much for watching, you guys. I appreciate you. If you wouldn't mind giving a like and a subscribe, I would love that. And I will see you on the next video. You guys have a great day, and I will talk to you guys soon. All right, bye everyone.